Anyway, so I had like this kind of like idea that I wanted to kind of present to you, or we kind of talked about it a little bit. But I think that there are a handful of people that know you and I both like in the same circle. And it's a very, very, very small circle, like very small circle. And I'm talking about through the years. Mm-hmm. And then there's a very wide range of people that are probably looking like, what the fuck is going on here? Like who, like how do they even know each other? How do we even connect these dots? Because like whatever. And it's not a random or like whatever. And I mentioned this in one of the other episodes, but we never got the chance to actually like delve deep into like this kind of shit. So I thought that it would be a kind of like a good idea to like kind of go back and like talk a little bit about like our history together. And without going into like that part, we met, I still don't know exactly what year, but it was like 05, 06, something like that. It was yes, maybe 06. Yeah. Like, so
it's like, I think we've heard, you know, what I mean, of each other
before that.
But so meet,
it was a chance random thing. And that's up to you. Like, I don't know where you wanted to start with this, but that was actually, I think that's a cool, like, whatever. It was just a random ass, like, with Charlie or whatever. It's open dialogue, right? Like my husband, current, soon to be, hopefully, if you fucking do it, if you do watch it, hopefully give me my divorce, like whatever. But so he and I like met up in Waldorf for like some random meeting. We weren't like together or anything like that. It was just like back in the day type shit. Like we just happened to meet up at this mall. I was living in Virginia. You guys are obviously up here, so that's where we decided that we were going to meet for whatever reason. Yeah. You decide what you feel like telling about your side. I'm going to tell my experience. I know I had to buy a fucking phone.
You can go ahead. I mean, I was just there. Like, he was like, hey, I got to meet, you know, down there.
Yeah.
You want to come, you know?
Yeah. But y'all were...
I was like, fuck it. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
on some
that's
other
what we
shit.
was always
like,
doing, and you're talking about back at that time.
Yeah.
That was all systems go back then.
Yeah, you were just like crazy. So anyway,
and still, it was so, you know, we was in our 20s. Early 20s.
Yeah.
You know, I was in college at that point.
So this is my first time, like, I've heard, like, stories, obviously. So this is my first time actually meeting you in person. I have to go buy this frickin' phone. It was a Boost phone. I remember, like, the doot-doot. Yeah. Yeah. So I was buying this phone, and it, like, they had the packaging, and it was, like, one of those you needed a box cutter or scissors something to open it. And the lady had one. She like opened something for a customer or whatever. And I'm like sitting there waiting with my phone. And then the fucking box cutter just disappears. It's just gone. Like, so we're standing there and I'm actually getting pissed because I'm like, I just bought the phone. Like, I need to use it. Like, open it, activate it. I don't feel like sitting here waiting for you looking for a box cutter. So like we go through, I don't remember exactly what we did to finally get it out. You say nothing the entire time. The entire time, you're just there. We go out to the car and like, we're like, nice to meet you finally, like in person, like whatever, shake hands or whatever the fuck. And then you're like, oh, like you said, like in your mind, like, oh, she's going on this journey. Here, you might need this. And you hand me this fucking box cutter. And I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, what the hell? Like, so anyway, that's my very first like in-person JP experience, which was just insane. And that kind of like that, like there's so much I could go with that during that time of my life. I was in Virginia Beach or whatever, but like you said, you're in college. I didn't even realize or know any of this, like some of these dot connections that we've been able to put together just by having our conversations. It's like, oh, you were in school? Like, I only think freaking box cutter guy.
I have a degree
like,
and everything.
Oh, I know, but like, you know what I mean? So when I'm thinking about you in that time, I'm not thinking of no kid in college. I'm thinking this freaking high kid just stole a box cutter and gave it to me for protection. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Oh, that doesn't even sound right. There's something, I don't know. Like, I'm not thinking college. I'm not thinking college at all. Like, so, like, tell me about college, JP. Like, what the fuck were you like then?
College, JP.
Yeah.
probably like more or less whatever the past all this time.
Yeah.
But I guess younger and.
Were you dumber or just lax? Do you think you've gotten a little bit more like
maybe? Definitely lack of experience, I guess, but still experienced at that time. But it's just that, you're talking, 15, 16 years. So imagine that lapse.
Yeah.
All the experience points or whatever you want to say, the difference.
So like you were in school, you have a degree.
Yeah.
All right. So you're studying, but you're also perfecting your craft of like party or enjoying life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like, what's that like? Like, what is that like being like this?
Like substance connoisseur or whatever at the time,
Because like one thing I will say, knowing you back then, like once I did get to know you a little bit more and stories that I have heard, is just that you're just like this super smart kid that just does crazy things to like expand his mind and like whatever. And that's like the extent, like, you know what I mean? Like I've never heard anything about you being dumb or like anybody like trying to play you, like, whatever. It was just like, he's a fucking normal person that happens to do drugs. So like, I like
always
controlled or like, it's always fly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What you wearing today?
The babe shorts. Stolen girlfriend tee, and some black cement threes.
Oh my gosh! Do you want me to show you what I got on? I don't know if you're ready. I did. I have a hoodie.
Yeah,
this because I'm cold.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's
actually something that was from
one of the Philly trips because we stayed an extra day and all that shit. So I have biker shorts, all that stuff. But it's the shoes that count. I don't know if I should lift my whole.
Oh shit!
I got the Birkenstocks, the rubber ones, or whatever this material is. It's not even like the leather and wicker. And
the only thing I could give you points on is because your toenails are painted kind of similar to
my outfit.
Yes, there you go.
I match. I get some points today.
Definitely get points for that. That was a nice time.
That was not on purpose, but okay. I appreciate it. So anyway. I still want to hear about college, JP. Like, what are you like in classes? Are you like,
obviously I got my degree. I've always been, kind of smart, intelligent, in classes and all that school. So I did what I had to do.
Did you stay on campus, like in a dorm?
No, because I lived only like 40 minutes away. So
you just drove. Okay.
Yeah, it was
I'm just trying to
commute. Yeah, but I mean, I was like real good friends with my boys up there in the fucking apartments or whatever they call the dorms and shit at that time, and shit was always cool there.
Yeah,
fucking just crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You
so that's what I'm saying. Crazy. Like I'm trying to get an understanding of like what kind of crazy, because
it was
there's different levels of crazy.
You focus because I was at school, so I was doing that, and like I wasn't like just fucking off in my classes. Like I was actually doing what I had to do, but also enjoying myself a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, I was real focused, so I always had my priorities, kind of.
What were you studying?
Biology. That's what my degree is in.
Not surprising. Well, actually, I think I probably would have guessed chemistry, but
started there, and then I was like, man, this shit, fucking organic chemistry. It was a miracle I passed that. You know what I mean? So it was like deeper than that.
So you just went with the biology.
Bio was cool. Yeah.
Has your education had any impact on your drug use and your ability to stay stay controlled or stay in a certain whatever state because of your understanding and your intelligence on that level? Do you think that?
What do you mean?
Like, because you or you understand biology, you studied biology, and you obviously understand how the human body works and whatever.
Does it, make me more careful?
Yeah, has that had any kind of effect?
But I think more with that was just even earlier than that, when as a teenager, just studying. Because at that time, there was this site, I guess, Aroid, whatever the fuck, I forget.
One of the dark web type.
Yeah, well, it wasn't dark web.
But I know
there,
what you mean.
But that kind of told you everything. And I'm probably misspelling or mispronouncing it. I don't know,
but you had a site, so you had access to information.
And it told you all that kind of shit, like, and experiences. That's the biggest one. You read people's experiences, and they tell you, like.
At what age are you reading this kind of stuff?
Probably like 15.
That's crazy.
16, like heavy, and then as you know, then you start to try the shit, and then you
like
start to see
what
all
do
this
you
other
know,
shit.
or do you remember like what sparked your interest? Like when you were like you're 15 and you're like. I look at my kids like search stuff and there's like sneakers white Oreo retro 4s and
but
like
exactly
you know
it's like
what I mean?
that. It's like because I'm the same way with my sneakers and clothes. I do the same shit. I'll be on the internet all with that, but that's what it is. It's and especially I guess my personality, the way I am, it's like whatever I'm into, I'm always gonna want to look for like the best.
So you're absorbing all the information.
To actually know what to look for,
I'm the
like
same
what's
way.
good, or all that type of shit.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, and it was almost like a online encyclopedia. I think. So
like, had you tried, like, had you already like used any type of substances at this point once you started like researching and stuff?
You're just maybe a handful.
Yeah, like what kinds of stuff at this time?
At 15, probably just alcohol, of course, weed and coke. I think maybe acid.
Okay.
I did when I was 15 the first time. I'm pretty sure. And then 16 came like pills and other,
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then, all that other
shit. So when were you like around a certain crowd of people, or how did you even like come across like something? Because when I think of like what I had access, no, because at that age I did have access to all of those things. Yeah, I did. Like, so yeah, like actually I get it. So like, I see it. Like, you were like, you just had access, you tried these things, and now you're like, all right, I want to dig deep people, and figure out.
And then you're around people, and they have similar, interests and all that kind of shit. And that's how you click up and all that.
Yeah. And it's just
and then you pass the info, because maybe not all of them have the access, especially at that time, to just fucking read that type of shit all the time. So
see, that's what I think the difference.
You educate,
Yeah, I think the difference, and like, so I've always said this about myself. I've always found a way to be around the mix or aware of the mix, but never in the mix. Like I've always, like, in whatever, like there's people out there, they may act like they don't know who I am, or may act like they never knew me or whatever. Like they know about me, they know whatever. And I'm in around enough to know what the hell's going on with some things. But like, the fuck, I like completely just, I see like Dick Tracy. What the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know.
What the hell was I talking about? What did you say?
I don't remember now.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That means it's time to wrap this.
My short-term memory isn't the best.
No, yeah. So that was my ADD distraction. So what I was gonna say is, I don't know if, whatever, but what I want to say is that, like, the thing that I have seen, or the difference, like, so, but when I'm around people who are like avid users, like you know me enough to know I can party, I can do whatever, I can enjoy, but when there's certain things that are around me, if they impact my energy, I just back away from it. I don't like cut that person off. I don't like, whatever. I just, I just protect myself from that certain thing. And I've always been that way. So there's certain things that I've been around, or I've been aware of, but that I don't have that right next to me. But through you, there's a difference. There's a huge difference. And I've never put you in that category. And mostly is your mentality. And now I guess having the understanding that it's like, it was for you, it was a craft. Like you were educating yourself on your craft, however fucked up it is.
In a way,
That's what you were doing. Mm-hmm. You found something you were interested in, and you followed it through to the fullest to experience all the parts of whatever it was in the way that you felt like doing it with your version of a guided, whatever. You're researching, you're educating yourself. You're not, you're making sure you're not ODing and dying. You didn't, obviously, you're not dead. Like, whatever. So you've protected yourself, but you're doing it, from an educated and from your it's like from your mind, and that's different than just seeing somebody slumped over, you know what I mean, like just with not out of care in the world, they're losing everything that, whatever. That I can't have that energy, and it's not about the drug, it's about what's come along with it for that person. Mm-hmm. And I always shielded myself from, always. And like with you, not even that it's even been an open thing. It crossed paths through the years, but like it was never a like disconnected channel, and I never ever put you in that category. It was always like you're just a normal person that happens to explore. Like that's how I looked at it. Most
people I've dealt with on that level have always said that.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not like the others. And that's why I kind of like, it's not that I take so much offense, but like I think when I feel people might perceive me that way, I'm like, yo, you have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I'm fucking living better than how they are, and they have the nerve to look at me a certain way,
Yeah, and so like, and I'm like glad that we did this way, because this is the part that I wanted to get out. To me, this is the open dialogue, like, and this is what I saw in you that I wanted to get out there and wanted to be a part of, and I want people to know about, because it's, yes, we are talking about addiction, we're talking about mental health, we're talking about these things, but we're not talking about it from the same perspective. We're talking about a grounded person who has these like fucked up things in her life, that how we've maneuvered through them. Yours is drug, mine's been my life, my business, my relationship, my money, like all that stuff. How have we maneuvered with that, with my mental health, with your addiction? Like how have we maneuvered through those things while still standing our ground in society? Like, you know what I mean? From a real mental perspective. And that's to me what this is about. That's what the conversation that I'm trying to have. Like, you know what I mean? Is there anything else that you want? That was deep, but but I'm glad that we got it out, and I'm happy like to be sitting here with you, like looking at you. That I know how your eyes I know, and like looking at you clear as day with clear glasses on, and just like having a conversation.
I think that's why I switched it up too. It was kind of like I don't want to say subconscious, because obviously I did it and all, but it was like literally when I came back from Cali. Mm-hmm. It was like no more shades. It's all clear specs now.
And that's what it is. Like, it's a whole, and that's why I'm saying, like, whatever. Like, we've known each other for years, but this is different. Like, you're on a different level, I'm on a different level, and this, like, we are meeting each other on a different level. So I'm happy to be a part of this. Like, I'm happy that we're doing this. Like, I'm just like, this is what I wanted to see. Like, I'm happy that we've done this.
For sure. It's like all whatever negative or, unhealthy feelings or thoughts or behaviors, anything is like replaced with like motivation and passion and like just like, trying to build some shit, some like good shit, you know what I mean?
And we're just still being us while we're
exactly.
doing it. And
that's what I like about it.
And I think that's what, like, this, for me, this is, this is my, like, second time, this is my only shot, this is my second chance, and that's it. So, like, I have to come out as me, like, you know what I mean? I already shielded myself, like, you know what I mean? And I already did whatever, and that's, like, what you're bringing out is, like, and whatever, and I already know how it's going to be perceived, that I'm switching it up, them different, but you've known me long enough to know, and whoever's really known me long enough to know, like, this is me, and this has always been, and you know what I mean? What y'all have seen on camera, that's me, but that was a clean version. This is me, like, you know what I mean? And uncut. That's uncut.
And I'm glad too, because you've obviously known me for so long, so you know a lot of my background and know like a lot of the truth, like the real shit, not just what people may say, you know what I mean? And I thank you sometimes, because you told me that sometimes people might have said something and you
like
stepped
I've
in
always went to bat for you, always. It's I don't know why, but
appreciate that.
obviously. however 15 years later, this is why. But
and it's because you know the truth. That's why, because you really can say,
Yeah, like I'm like an actual witness to you. You're an actual witness, and like, and we may not have been in the mix with each other, but we are actual witnesses to what we're talking about. Like, and even if nobody ever listens, we know. Like, exactly. and that's it.
All that matters.
So, with that being said, like, thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna head out of here and go live life to the fullest. And, thanks for tuning in. Anything you need to say?
No, I think you wrapped it up well.
All right. So we're out.
Bye-bye.